Fancy Table Gaming, PTG, IPG, having some food.
So casual.
Sixes.
So casual. What is
Tell me about
this?
it. We're recording through lunch. What can you do?
Can't believe it.
So, yeah.
So unprofessional.
How are
Anyway,
you?
hi. Yeah, very good, very good. We're back for round two, the bottom of round two, I guess. We're with vampires and vampires versus UD.
Oh, we haven't had that emblem in a while.
No. No, we probably had it at one point. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, but we've only been doing emblems for like 60 battles now.
So
have we not played UD? And
we've played some Essence of War ones with them, but not the real thing.
Yeah.
Neither of us play it. There's not much down the club, but here we are playing UD in this. Not one that I was like one of my three that I wanted to go up against because I didn't know a lot about them, but actually like a sneaky fourth that I don't know a lot about, and I'm really happy to play. So a bonus against David Bowes. It's either Bowes or Bowes, I don't know. Bowes, however you say that. And
I don't know.
yeah, I'm just gonna move on. But yeah, it was a good game. A really good fella as well. So really pleasure. My first two were amazing people to play against. So very happy, and two new armies and two new people. So loving it. Really Vampire, you know the list: Killy Clerson and the rest. Undying Dynasties. Now this is I'll go through this as much as I can, but I don't really know a lot. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Pharaoh General and a big dude, the Shah Guardian. Loads of wounds. Godslayer, so multiple wounds. I think he gets something with an Aegis, which is cool. Don't know what Crown of Pharaohs does, but it might be that it allows him to cast his Undying Will within 12, because that happened a lot. So I'm going to present it as that, and then Obsidian Rock for extra. Death Cult Hierarch. I think this one was his general. Oh no, the Pharaoh was his general. Fair play. Wizard Master Evocation, so Evo off essentially. Sandstorm Book and Soul Conduit. Soul Conduit can to a lot. Basically allows him to be a 5/5 and add D3 because of his Talisman of the Void or something for the magic phase. So that was really cool. He said a lot of the time it's 8/5 dice every single phase. So that was really cool. I really like that.
So he doesn't pick up cards then?
So yeah, he doesn't pick up cards. He just Soul Conduit.
5/5.
He can always do it as 5/5. Oh, I think he might have to actually. But yeah, that was really cool. They've obviously got the one where every now and then they can make it 5/5. So 5 dice, 5 tokens, and then their opponent does it as well in the next phase. So that's a cool thing. So I really like that little playing thing. That's quite a cool thing. Arc of Ages. I cannot remember what he did explain what it gave. It was like an aura thing that it gives, but yeah, that might be the Undying Will as well. Book of Arcane Mastery on Divination as well. He's the Hierophant. Basically going in the unit of 20 skeletons with musician and not wanting to combat or anything. I did. What's his armor and Aegis like? He went, "Don't worry, we're not getting in combat." I was like, fair play. 6 skeleton chariots, Legion charioteers, Stalker standard, a really good unit. 25 or something attacks at strength 4 if they don't charge. Pretty good. Some scouts, some archers. 2 lots of 4 cataphracts, which are pretty beefy and pretty scary. 2 scarab swarms of 4. Didn't know a lot about them. Knew they were a swarm and poison, but I guess just a bit of chaff, really. As well, and then the charnel catapults for some war machine goodness. Quite excited to play it. Not really sure how I should do. I think I've got probably as many threats as him, and it's just whether his shooting comes to the party or not, really. With my big blocks and his catapults, and obviously the single models. So, yeah. Not too much in the way of flaming though, so Varkalak should hopefully have a good battle, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Dawn of Spoils of War. Quite like spoils for me because you have zombies and stuff. That's what they're there for. So looking forward to this as a objective. Dawn of Assault, I'm not really fussed about. It's all right.
Just don't get 3/4 of your deployment zone.
In it, he chose sides, and
that's quite a battle map, that isn't it?
Yeah, I quite like it actually. I quite like it with the roads and stuff. But he chose sides, and I, from that, I think gave him the chance to go first, and I think he ended up dropping for first.
Okay,
but
he's already vanguarded.
He's vanguarded,
there, hasn't he?
So he dropped. No, he must have dropped second then. So I must have dropped for first, but we'll see.
Okay.
But yeah, so he vanguarded there.
You've done and chosen another table with the massive ruins that you can't put your models in.
I know. Well, he chose my sides, so he did that.
No,
so I was like, oh my goodness, yeah. It's literally, if
go
you go back, it's the same blooming model.
Oh yeah, it's the same one, just on a different table.
It's just so he's got multiple.
Did you take it with you?
Clearly, I love it, man. I love it. But so you can see my Varklak over there. Oh yeah, I remember. So we did a bit of to and fro in. And he put one of his war machines over here. And I ended up and then put his third one there. So my third drop, I think, was putting my Varklak right on the side, because I was like, well, I can Vanguard 12 and well, I won't be able to charge, but I will be able to move 18 and be within 12 of both. So he can't, and I'll cause him some issues. So at that point, I dropped for first. I was like, I'll put him there as my third drop, and I'll drop the rest and just see what happens. But with the idea that, hoping that he's going to have to put something over there, and in the end, he put his cataphracts over there. So I was like, okay, not too bad. At least that's forced one of them over there when all my squishy stuff is on the left. You know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I was quite happy with that. Vanguarded him straight over the other way. All right, fair enough. You've defended.
Now you're not going there.
And now I want to go for his squishy stuff on that side, is my thought. So yeah, get out of there, so out of dodge, sort of thing. I move up like so. So he goes another 18 inches towards this side, making sure it's a long. I think it's a double 6 charge with his chariots. My Dark Coach is over here basically to march up the zombies to the objective and protect them a little bit from everything going over there. The dogs don't really know what to do, so go right out on the flank, just hoping to maybe chaff the chariots if they can at some point. Maybe even charge the fast cav if they let me, sort of thing. So
they won't.
Yeah, we'll see. I get a bubble arise off. With this, again with the ruins, the unit of zombies that is behind the ghouls is actually the top right of it is marked with the necromancer. So they're probably 3/4 in the ruins. So they're a bit up and left. But yeah, it means that I can I get bubble 12 arise. So I get some more zombies on the left, some more zombies in the middle. Mainly to just buff them up a bit. I don't want any catapults coming down on them and taking 20 out, sort of thing. And I also get spectral blades off on the ghouls because I've left the double 6 with his chariots. I'm not too fussed by the chariots coming in. I'll take some wounds, but I think I'll do the damage back. So he puts his Undying Will. This is that marker, and so he puts it on these guys, makes them offensive and defensive 5. I think is what it does. And for the most part of the battle, he's kept it on them. So I don't think there's much time when he puts it on them. I think the other thing he could do is give +1 to hit to his shooting with it. So that was his option. That was I found that quite cool as well as like a thing he could do. Onto his turn, and he just shuffles his chariots over that way, not just to protect his flank. Puts the Scarab Swarm back a bit so that my coach can't charge it, and moves his things up like so. I think these fast cav aren't there, but I will. They could be. They could very well be. So just kind of shuffles, doesn't do too much. He actually moves back with his main line, which I'm well pleased with, really. I wasn't really being aggro and pushing with my knights, mainly because I think the Pharaoh kills me. I think he's one of the few things out there, especially with multiple wounds 2 against Aegis, that actually blows up my lord. With the amount of attacks and
he didn't
strength.
have flaming attacks for your 3-up pages.
It didn't have flaming, thankfully, so I didn't have to remember that. The first thing I asked was, "Have you got any flaming?" It was like, "No, good." I'm just glad I don't have to forget.
I don't have to do my 3-up pages.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, so moved back. I was quite pleased actually because I did want to give the impression I was pushing, but my main thing was just that I could keep him away from the spoils, and so far I am. So I was pleased with that. Took a wound from
Evo.
Yeah. So I took 2. Yeah. So this was the hasten the hour boosted. So my models took 2, and my lord took 1.
Yeah,
so,
makes sense.
Yeah, gutted really, but that just stopping all the other magic. And in my turn, I have no idea how this goes, but my dog, but they are res 2. So this is the only thing my dogs will ever wound on 2s on. So I've given it a chance. They've strength 4 on the charge. There's 8 attacks, whatever. I want to see. I don't know much about scarabs. I'm going in.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, move my zombies up to claim the objective on the left. My coach comes over here. He's well weird positioning, but the positioning there is so that I'm away from the chariot's range because it's such a big base.
Yeah.
It's my only issue, really.
Yeah, I mean, if you point up, you can give him an extra 5 inches.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And that was the best I could get him to in my head. Thought. However, it is a 6/6, so
okay, a rerollable 6/6.
Rerollable 6/6. So there you go.
You take that.
Varkalak comes back because doesn't really know what to do at this point, and the otherwise I just kind of shuffle in.
Yeah.
I moved my zombies at the back to be exactly like that, and we moved the ruins because it's just pissing us both off. And he gave me some markers, and we just marked it. It was a good idea, to be fair. We should have done it from the start, but hey. But by moving them like that, so that I'm within 12 of the general to basically try and arise. I'm just going for the big arise now. Yeah. Kind of leaving the zombies on the left there, just because he's moved back.
They got the spoil,
Yeah. Don't worry about it. This shows a double arise. So I get my knights back fully.
Oh, that's excellent.
So
nice.
I get a knight back with 1 wound, and then Bubble arise on the 6-inch, which only gets me some more zombies, but that's fine because I get negates in the netherworld on the lord, so he's got back. Then I do a normal arise and get it off on the knights, giving him one. I only get vampiric 1, but again gates to the netherworld, one of their the one that's come back to regain 2. So that's cool.
Okay.
And then ancestral aid to rerolls to hit on the ghouls. It was to try and get some dice out, but in the end I'm like, well, I won't get it the first turn. Rerolls to hit, so it just means I'll get it the first turn. So it's a bit kind of half spell really, but just to try and eke out some dice, but he let it go. And I think on the second arise I diced him, so that's cool.
Yeah.
The dogs do 1 wound and get completely destroyed because I didn't realise they have 20 attacks with poison.
I was gonna say, 5 attacks per base.
So that's a mistake, but I'm glad I did it. I now know.
An iconic image, actually. The scarabs just swarming over these dead dogs. Just a pile of bones left behind them.
Yeah. On hindsight, a massive mistake, but I didn't know and I wanted to see. And like I said, I was too the flashing lights of me going, my dog's wound on 2s. My dog's wound on 2s. This is the best they're ever gonna get in the combat. This is the chances there, and it was stupid, but a bit of fun. They take the charge. Needing a 6/6. I mean, they get in. We could almost if they get in, we could almost call the battle. So
well, I like how he's put out the 6s to indicate what he's gonna do.
He knows, man. He knows. Thankfully, he rolls an 11 and it was on the re-roll as well. I was like, oh my goodness.
Wow.
So there you go, folks.
Lucky boy.
Just don't allow it. Just don't allow it.
Just don't.
I got away with it this time, but just don't allow it. So, also he chaffs my big units up. I sort of push them all in the middle, and then pushes hard on me. So
I guess that's VC's issue, is they can't easily eliminate chaff, can they? They have to actually properly remove it.
So there is that. I was thinking what I can do with them to eliminate them before with not my units, but such is the way. But so just moves up like so. Pretty aggressive now with his swarms on the left, and now I know what they can do. I'm not sure.
Zombies in.
I'm not sure the zombies can take a charge. They get a lot, but
or make one.
So I'm like, I don't really. The amount of poison, 20 poison is a lot. If they take 3 or 4 a turn, it could be a bit dicey over there.
Well, strength 3, res 2.
Yeah, I've also got the issue, obviously, of the chariots being pretty close with having minimal counter charges as well. So I'm not liking this. He pulls the 5/5 one, which obviously would mean the next time I have 5/5. But I luckily got a lot of tokens in my pool. He kills this with magic, but my lord survives with the Aegis.
Touch of the Reaper that time?
I can't remember. It was one of them. It was basically one or the other. So I think he would have tried to go on my lord with Touch of the Reaper rather than them. But I'm not sure. He could have just done it on the knights as well. So I'm not sure. But it was one of those. And then the catapult.
What?
The catapult comes down.
Because you got less than 5.
Because I've got less than 5. And it didn't end well for my lord. He got one-shotted by a catapult.
Oh, dear lord.
Kind of swings the battle because my lord on his own could have killed the cataphracts. Not his pharaoh. I'm pretty sure the pharaoh beats him, but that's quite a big swing on a one-shotted. And obviously, if he only rolls 2, I've got an Aegis 5 up, fine. He has to hit on a 5 anyway, but whatever. It happens, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, "No, man, that's what you want. That's what you got catapults for, man." It's a lesson to anyone: don't apologise for your stuff doing well.
You don't. And you've done it for years.
You can't, man. You can't. That's why you got catapults, right? To hopefully have this come up.
Drop a rock on something
for sure. And he was saying, to be fair, I do moan when they don't do anything. I was like, and that's it. So think about all those times that you moaned that the catapults and everything. Today they come up trumps, and I was like, fair play. Yeah, a good bit of dice means a big difference in this battle. So I was like, in my head I was going shit, but it's quite cool from his point of view that he did that. So fair play, catapults. Also a bit of shooting kills my ghouls, but don't worry about it.
You're not crying for them.
I charge both in because why not? It doesn't make any difference. I've also charged the Varklak into his chariots because I only need a 6 or something, 6 or 7. Okay. It was a lot closer than it seemed because he got movement 8. And of course he moved forward 6, so it was very close. It is what it is. Clear the chaff and see what I can do. This is the Varklak charge. I, as you can see in the top right, chaff all 3 units with my bats, which was awesome. I was really pleased that my bats were big enough to do that. And again, I would normally run 2, so having 3 is helped me out big time here. So really pleased. Got the swarms as well there for a cheeky 12-inch chaff next time, so I can hopefully get 1-on-1. Not sure how the Varklak does. I want him to survive and do some wounds. Obviously, that's the thing. But hold him up so that on his turn he doesn't get a charge. But he's got 25 attacks if I don't clear a chariot. Strength 4, and I've only got 4 up. So
it's dicey.
It's a bit dicey. I moved my black coach to have options, basically. If he gets in with the swarms...
You're really giving those swarms some respect now.
Well, now that he's cleared my dogs with, yawning while he does it. The black coach, it will probably need to help out if he... or maybe my ghouls will go into the chariots. I'm not sure. So depending on what seed, I'm going to allow both. Really, give me some options with him. But it is fairly. Yeah, I'm a bit scared that my zombies, because they're not within a rise distance now, might not survive the whole battle, and I've just moved back as much as I can. They have picked it up, but we'll see. Get a rise on these chaps off to get an extra attack. Not that it matters, but just to keep them coming. I'm not sure why I didn't get Gates of the Netherworld as well. Maybe I forgot.
Okay.
Who knows? Spectral Blades off on him to give him rerolls to wound as well. Just he's got hatred this turn, rerolls to wound next turn. Oh, in both turns. So hoping his attacks are pretty efficient this turn round.
Yeah.
And I do 5 out of 5, which is awesome.
That's great.
I only take 2 wounds as well from his in the end 21 attacks. I think he's hitting me on 4s, wounded me on 5s with 21. Okay. So let's say 11 and 4 get through. So I might save 2. So probably average is came out. But I did 5. I've got a charge and he's just got a banner, so it means that he just crumbles a little bit more. I think maybe one more. Obviously kill these up and end up like so. But silly me.
Oh no!
He charges in because it was literally
with
like
elite units.
Yeah, I didn't look at it. I was pretty happy, and I just said, "Yeah, okay, your turn." And then he went, "Oh, I'm in your flank." I was like, "Yeah, you are." And
he is.
And he charged, and I was like, "Well." He said, I'll just hold you up for a few turns." And I was like, "That's as good as chaffing, isn't it?" And
yeah, it is. Yeah.
So I was a bit.
Take a while
and he's got poison, so like all those
HP
6s, he's just fishing for 1s, So I was a bit annoyed. I didn't just turn him because he wouldn't. He would have chaffed me nonetheless, but it's one of them. He
wouldn't have charged. Yeah.
Yeah. So a bit annoyed at myself there, but it is what it is. He also charges my zombies.
Scarab Swarms for the win.
He's movement 6, so I think he needs. It looks like a 5 or a 6, but it was the best I could do. And he charges with just his lord to kill them. Doesn't need anything more, but yeah. No. Gets in over here, and gets in on the left as well. Yep. So I'm a bit scared now, and these swarms have been like. His chaff is killing me. His chaff is beating my army on the flank. He's holding up his flanks. I'm like, oh god, I didn't read this right. But I guess that's cool to know now, sort of thing. And obviously they start as 2s, and he's bulked him up to 4s. And man, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. So in Magic, he gets Spectral Blades off. I reroll to wound him and Lethal Strike. I do try and dispel it, and
goodness.
I think he rolls 4 dice, I roll 5, and he dices me. It happens, but I'm like, sugar. And now
when you get poisoned attacks, if you roll a 6 on the poison, you can try and get the lethal strike with it. Well,
he didn't, and I don't think you could. I think it's just a poison.
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I don't ever do that with the ghouls. So if I do. If you do, then please tell me if that's the case.
Definitely drop that. I might have made that up completely, to be fair, because I've never tried it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the poison overrides the chance to get lethal strike.
Yeah, probably. That sounds fairer. But if I'm right.
Yeah, but no. So he's poisoned me, and then on 6s. I mean, he's strength 2 as well, so he's wounded me on 6s.
6s.
And he's re-rolling all his attack, and I'm like,
fine.
Oh shit, that's 20. That's a lot of attacks.
What have I done?
And obviously, I've used all my dice. So he gets Ancestral Aid off to reroll to hit. So now he's got 20 attacks, hitting on 2 to 5. So we're hitting on 4s, but re-rolling with poison. So all those poison. So now I'm going, I just hope you get all 6s. So I actually have an armor.
Yeah, because no lethal strike.
Because if he doesn't, he re-rolls to wound, he gets lethal strike against me. And I'm like, oh man, this magic phase. How
much are those scarabs worth? Because your vampire nuts are worth a lot.
And you know what? I know this without looking because I asked him. 210
You're
points.
You're genuinely worried about
210 points.
700 point knights.
210 point chaff unit is going to kill my knight. And I'm like,
yeah.
Fuck. I'm just these swarms on the flank are just like engorging me. I'm like,
I'm going to apologise right now for saying this, Lucky Sixes, but I want his Scarabs to win.
Oh mate, I was gutted.
Come on, Scarabs, oh, man, you can do it.
He's killed my general. He diced me on Spectral Blades, allowing him to get Enstrad, and I was like, oh man. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I'm just everything's going for me. And I was like, nah, don't worry about it. Fair play. I like that's cool, isn't it? Swarms doing the business. Really cool. It's a cool thing, but unfortunately, it's not cool for me. That's the only issue, This is the catapults going to town again, and he was just kept on getting it on my guy. I was like, and I kept on failing my saves, and I was like, oh god, just crying. There's buckets underneath me filling up, Over here, however.
Oh, okay. You're not quite dead. Well, you are.
I only do one to him. I go first. I only do one to him. I've only got two.
Only two attacks and a horse. Yeah.
So, however, he pretty much flubs in from what the potential he has. So he's got a charge and a flank. I've also got a wound and a standard, so we're drawing before he does 2 wounds to me. But 2 wounds isn't that bad in the shape of everything.
It's 4 wounds, 6 4 wounds, isn't it? But, 2 wounds a model.
Yeah. No, he does 2 and then crumbles me 2.
Oh, I see.
And then I turn to face, and it's all good, But so actually, in the shape of things, I got off scot-free. But he did do 2. He's crumbled me a bit, whatever. In fact, did I have? Maybe he might have done 1. No, I had 5. So yeah. So he did 2, and then I crumbled 2. But yeah, it's I was like, okay, and I turned to face. I was like, there might
You're still not going to get through that unit very quickly, though.
However, he's still got rerolls to hit and to wound. So I was like, I was like, oh, hope is here. I can see that, but I was like, oh god.
I mean, he got, what, 6 attacks, 7 attacks on the unit?
Yeah, I've got 7. He's still got 20. I might kill a swarm to make it 15, but yeah. But yeah, I lucked out there and they've survived. They have held me up, which is annoying, but no, they've not died. So that's the main thing. Yeah. This was showing the wound and the crumble just here.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Obviously kills the bats.
Of course.
And does a decent amount. My zombies actually do 4 wounds to him, which is insane. But I mean, he does. I think 4. I think he does 8. So I do 4 to him, and I've got 2 ranks. So I'm a total 6. I think he does 8 to me, leaving me to crumble 2.
Okay.
Or whatever it is, that's what it worked out as.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've got the objective, but I'm getting whittled
Can
down.
you hold it? Yeah.
This is the big battle of the whole thing.
This battle.
Yeah. Over here, I take another wound and do. I think I only do 1 wound to him.
Right. Yeah.
No, I can't. I've done 2. I think I did 2. He did 1.
I mean, depending on how much he's crumbled, you've now done. Are they 3 wounds each on the chariots or 4?
3.
You've done 4 wounds in total now.
Well, no, I'd already got rid of 1 before. So one was on like 2 wounds or something. I don't know.
Exactly,
but either way, that works out. We end up drawing combat. I have taken a wound from him. I did however many back. I imagine 2 because he's got a standard. Yeah. So I imagine I did 2. He did 1 to me, but I vampiric it back. So I'm like,
lucky you didn't lose by 1, having lost 3 already.
Exactly, right? So and I was like, okay, and so he only needs to do 1 wound. I think I saved pretty well as well. So I was like, okay, well, I'm hanging in there, and he's now not free to do anything. But I have got to survive 1 more turn, otherwise he's gonna charge on his next turn. So yeah, these aren't combats I like and they're definitely not the ones I would have predicted before the battle. So yeah. So in the end, I decided to leave the zombies to it. And
your
gone. Valkyrie's gone. Okay, but right. So I think we did 1 apiece and I crumbled. Is what I think. Then that must have been it. We did 1 apiece and I crumbled because on the previous one he had 2 wounds to a thing. So yeah, fine. So he's crumbled. So he can do it on his next turn. I haven't got any chaff left. I've got now the choice of saving the zombies and the objective for sure.
Yeah. You're in his flank there, aren't you?
I'd obliterate that. That's doing the only thing I could do to stop his chariots and charging my black coach. Who should?
You've got to do the chariots. You've got to do the chariots.
And I was like, you know what? If my Varkalak had stopped there and give me a glimmer of hope, I might have thought about it. But this is a dead cert. So I charge in there.
Zombies are fine. They'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
Doubting what you're saying, I move my zombies up in the middle to go after and help them out and arise and stuff like that at the back. But my guys do get in. My black coach does get in. I'm just hoping to overrun to get out of line of sight of the cataphracts.
Previous picture.
Sure.
Are you sure you're not in the flank of the chariots?
Yeah.
Your black coach.
Because
it's the front of your base.
I just charged
definitely in here.
Yeah.
Definitely in the flank.
I think it was. I think this picture.
The flank's a lot better for you if you overrun through it.
No, I think this picture is misleading. But yeah, we'll go with that because I'd rather not.
Well,
think
that's
about
what
it
happened. Yeah.
But yeah, so get in, move my zombies on the back, basically, so get my necromancer over to him and help them out as much as possible. It's not a subtle plan. No, it's a plan nonetheless. My ghouls in the middle have claimed the objective there as well.
Great. That's good
and just turn to face the rest of his stuff while my my last chaff piece goes over to stop his pharaoh coming in. It also double chaffs, it chaffs his cataphracts here.
Meaning your vampire knights have got a bit longer to deal with the scarabs.
Which means I need to hold this one because oh my goodness, there is things. So I'm helping out the zombies on the left, and I'm just thinking, what's the term? I'm throwing good money after bad if I try and help the vampires on the right, because the amount of attacks he's got, poison, re-rolling to hit, lethal strike, re-rolling to wound. If I get a wound back, he's just gonna wipe me out. I got lucky in the last one. I'm not gonna do it again. So I kind of just leave him to die. But nonetheless, I move my ghouls to face the rest of his stuff. Yeah. Get the hereditary spell off, arise and recover with gates of the netherworld. 2 wounds. I think this is the bound spell. So there's only the 6-inch bubble, which he obviously lets off because he's stopping the zombies on the left get arisen. So he dispels that, and then with I get the 2 wounds back on the character. Great. He dispels with all his dice the arise on the zombies to the left. And then I have 2 dice left to Ancestral Aid the coach, just to make sure. I kill them, and they crumble. I overrun, but I only overrun 3 inches on my Swift Stride.
Oh no!
Which I needed a 7.
Oh no!
Meaning he's had a flank charge, pretty nicely.
That's definitely a flank charge.
My back. Yeah, this isn't a misleading.
I suppose
it definitely is. So.
On the positive side, had you charged to the flank of his chariots, you would have not overrun into the flank of the cataracts. The 3 wouldn't have got there.
We won't think about it. It was never an option. But so not looking good. I was thinking, just come on. Like I need a break. Over here, I get the break because they do 0 wounds to me, people.
Wow.
Which means in 2 rounds of combat total, they've done 2 wounds to me with 40 attacks, rerolling to hit and poison, and
lethal strike.
Lethal strike, and rerolling to wound. This is a joke. This makes up for all the bad work I've had in the whole thing, and now I'm clearing off a thing at a time. Actually, even if he gets both those spells off again, I'm not doing too bad.
No.
It does hold me up, so in terms of everything, that's a bit gutting, and it's his turn next. So I'm like,
have his cataracts on the right got the other spoil?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, you know what? Actually, if I can do enough wounds to clear at least the next one, the next thing, he should crumble in his next turn, which leaves me open on my turn.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I can crumble him on his turn, we might actually be in a shout here. And I was like, you know what? Fair play. Luck has gone back in my favour. That's cool.
Yeah.
Karma,
Well, something like that. Something. Yeah.
This just never should have happened. My knights should have been long gone. 40 attacks with that is just ridiculous. So zombies.
Oh, pulling it back.
I mean, they are wounded on 3s, but they are hitting very well. So it's one of those. And you know what? I've killed 5 on this turn.
Yeah.
He does 3. I think I crumbled him a bit to get rid of the second thing. So we might have done like 3 each and now win by 2 ranks. Or something like that, I don't know. And then obviously he crumbles a bit. So there's hope. There is. He's still got 10 attacks versus my 10. So I'm like, and poison. So I don't know. We'll see. He clears out the chaff with his right cataphracts. Looks to clear out my black coach with his left.
Of course. There's the Shah Guardian just not doing anything.
Well, Shah Guardian doesn't choose to charge because he's chaffed by the bats, so he's going to move around and stuff.
Yeah.
They take 2 DTs going in.
Okay.
Win.
Result. Small wins.
Yeah. I got to take it when everything else is happening. And moves up like so. So he goes full aggro with his Shah Guardian, knowing that I can't take him. He's got lethal strike, I think, on the dude as well. So my fortitude with my court was gone. I don't have my lord. He's not scared of anything really.
No.
That's how it looks up. This is just a cool picture, I thought, of mine versus his.
Yeah.
And what's probably going to happen.
Really nice. Yeah.
I thought at the time. He gets divination. The stars align on. Well, I want to say his normal block, but why would he do that? Oh no, this is shooting at
catapult.
The catapults again. So yeah, I don't know what he got in Magic. He had a bit of a bust, I think, in Magic.
Yeah.
This turn.
Yeah.
Is stars align the rerolls
to hit?
It wouldn't be on that unit though.
Well, it's reroll ones. It's reroll ones, isn't it? Stars align.
I don't know. I think it might be. It might well be that he completely shunned everything. And I dispelled him. So I think he had a bit of bad luck on this phase. But his catapults continue to do the damage, and I'm like, these guys got to stop soon, man. Otherwise they're just going to kill everything.
But you wish you stuck with Varkalak going over to kill a catapult.
Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. The tides kind of go back in his favour. I only do 1 wound this turn, and he goes and gets. So we're swinging like a yo-yo, man.
Over there quickly.
So I desperately need a rise because right now it's 9 versus 10, and he goes first. So I can't. That's looking shady. Over here, I don't take any wounds because he hasn't got any spells off. I'm 1 up to that. And
he bashing away at Scarab.
Bash away, but I don't bash away enough, and he's left with 1 wound, which is so annoying because it's my turn next, and if they were there, they could do something. And so I'm like, to be fair, they shouldn't be there. So I'm thinking this. I'm going, you know what? I'm just happy they're alive.
I mean, that's 200 points you're going to get.
Yeah, I'm going to get 200 points. I might even save this unit completely. I'm pretty happy. I got to be happy with that. So they clear the chaff. Over here, and this is the weirdest thing. So I've still got Ancestral Aid off, to be fair. However, he goes in and does 1 wound only against everything. I think my vampire killed one of his before he struck. So there's that. But his strength 5 attacks, AP2, some have lethal strike, some have poison, does nothing. And once again, you know what?
So you didn't even save a lot of Aegis?
I think I saved 3 out of 4 Aegis.
Very good. Flipping Donny. He's always doing that.
Well, it's only 1 over average, my friend. But it is 1 over average.
It's a big one.
Yeah. And I do 6 backs to him. So my lord goes and kills 3, so knocks off a thing. Well, not the lord, the vampire on it.
Vincent, yeah.
Vincent, yeah. Then my horses go and do 1, which is complete fluke. And then the 2 coachmen who have AP10 both hit, both wound, kill another one.
Lads.
So I end up winning 6-1.
That's just
on
insane.
wounds. He's obviously got a charge and a flank. to make it 6-3, but it means he crumbles another one, and I'm like, what?
You trust me?
What happened? There's no way I think we do this again that I win 6-1 on wounds when being charged in the flank.
I'm not sure you should win, let alone.
Do you know what I mean?
6-1.
So just, I mean,
like Northampton beating Liverpool
6-1, and again
away from home. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, he's had what at this point I'm like, he's had a decent amount of luck, but he's had some really bad luck in 2 major combats. So this yin and yang is doing something to our heads.
You'd both be just crying inside.
It's just we don't know what's happening. No. I go in, I charge.
Yes.
Over here to try and save the day. Over because I definitely need it. But I don't get in.
Oh my god!
I needed like a 5 or 6 or something. But anyway, so I'm like, all right,
arise. Zombies need champions, man.
Arise. They'd be well good. And I kind of just moved back to make sure that I'm only getting charged by one thing.
Yeah, not those very dangerous cataracts that can't.
Well, yeah, they're clearly going to do nothing. Yeah. But yeah, so I managed to get Anna Rise off.
Okay.
I think I do. I can't remember what order I do. I think I did 5 dice on this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? The zombies need to survive. I need to get it off. And I get I get it off, and it's one of them 5v5 things. And I do him by like 2. And managed to get it was a 12-inch puzzle because I may as well. So I get some zombies back. I get this one up to full, and I get I think it was 8 plus 4, so 12 back in the zombies. So I'm like, right, I've got a bit of staying power still. I'm now he shouldn't kill 12, so I should have 10 attacks at him, and some we might have a chance here. So again, sort of swung back in my favour a bit on that side as well. No other magic though, and this is just showing that they're very shambling horde.
And
comes to town, it was I killed a few. He didn't do too many. He might have killed 2 or something. But I do like 4 wounds to him, and then with static res, I crumple him some more. There is 1 left there, so there's still a chance, but it's looking.
Yeah,
they've survived.
At the end of the battle, the zombie units just get so dishevelled. Whereas they start off ranked up properly. And
oh my goodness!
By the end of it, just throw them on the back.
Some of them are looking different ways and everything. Yeah, no, it's like that. So over here,
Donnie continues.
I think I continue, but we have a bit of a fluff fest, and I just move over. I don't think I actually kill him, which I will take.
That's all right.
I don't mind.
And now you're out of line of sight of anyone else charging. Yeah. So it's just up to them now.
Yeah. So we'll carry on that little escapade, but I get my wound back as well on the vampiric just to rub the salt in.
Of course you do.
But yeah, so looking good. Dark Coat Donnie's doing a good job.
I don't quite know how, but you're looking all right now.
I'm looking all right. I get out of line. I kill the scarab obviously, and I just turn to face because.
Yeah.
This is inevitably going to happen. So
yes, it will.
I'll take it on. But
he's probably not feeling confident in his cataphracts.
Well, this is it. And I'm like, you know what? It could be worse. I'm hoping to do at least 1 wound, so that'll top before he goes. So that'll take off some attacks. But they've ridden their luck for this long, So in his, I want to say 5. It might be 6. Because I went first, actually, didn't I? So
sure.
It'll be his 5. This will be. He charges his Shar Guardian Lord into my Necromancer, needing a 7.
Sneaky.
Completely bypassing past my unit, thinking that he's not going to get that unit, and knowing he's not going to get the zombies, but looking to snipe my general. And only needing a 7. So I was like, oh god. So I should have just moved up to chaff really, but anyway. It is what it is, and obviously charges the vampires on the right, gets in here, and gets in here. So
okay,
I'm pretty sure my Necro's dead. He's got so many attacks.
But maybe Potion of Strength.
If it survives.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Looking at the board, he just moves up with his other units, and don't worry about it too much. It doesn't really affect anything. Get Stars Align off this lone dude, and with the heal buff. So just on the boosted gas, gets it off. I just have to let it go. I don't think he's going to kill me, and obviously this is just to hold me up. But I'm hoping I can get back to the first round where I do loads of wounds. So yeah, here's what it is there. No chance, mate. No chance. He dies as expected, but I don't care about the rest. So
no potion of strength then.
No potion of strength. Not even a chance. Okay. But I've got 42 zombies. He's not going to go through that by the end of the turn. No. So he'll just be there for the rest of the turn. But he has got the general. So I'm a bit annoyed. Realistically, I shouldn't have charged. I should have just moved behind this unit.
I think the charge on the zombies was fine. It's just maybe you need to put the ghouls in his way.
Yeah, and there's that as well. So there's a few things I could have done to stop my general dying for the second time in a row in combat. But yeah. Donnie comes up, and obviously it's my turn 6 next, so I've got
little charge
there's a little juicy charge. Over here...
Ooh, a tickle fest.
On his part, remember he started with 4.
That's what I mean. So he must take DTs on the way in.
I think he took... I want to say he passed all his DTs this turn, and my 7 attacks that go first ended up doing 2 or 3 wounds.
Oh, you bully.
I think 3 wounds. He only does 1 to me, so it's not, I've got 3
cataracts. They're just spooning, aren't
they? To be fair to him, the guys on top with the lethal strike didn't do anything. And then the poison guys did do some, but it's only AB2. I'm 3 up, and I only 1 got through. So in the end, I do like 3 wounds to 1. I've got a standard, he hasn't, and I end up crumbling him another one. So I'm like, you know what? This could work. I could do it here.
Yeah, I'm perplexed, but it could.
So this is what ends up after combat. But yeah, and I'm like, he's only got 1 wound left. This is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
And this is the spoils as well. So
just
madness. Just madness.
He's delivering you the spoils with this as well, which isn't a knock on him at all.
Yeah,
he should have won.
Zombies win the day.
Oh, good
Come on, boys. Come on.
Get in there.
And I take this charge just to see. I know he's not going to kill me, and if I go to town again, I might get lucky.
Crumble it a bit.
There's only 20, so combat. I get ancestral aid off on them. I do. I do the wound to him that I needed, and
great.
These guys have tanked so much. It's ridiculous. But David, roll better, mate. You need to roll better.
Ooh.
No, not as a burn. This is just your bowling was terrible against these knights. It was just insanely bad.
And against Donnie by the sound of it, yeah.
So those combats.
Maybe that was why cataracts were in our wooden spoon tournament. They just can't roll.
Maybe it was just horrible to watch. I go into a bunch of wounds.
That's a lot. And that must be after crumbling.
That's after crumble for sure. Yeah. So there's a chance I could get another unit. Not really that much, but maybe even crumble the.
Isn't this your 6?
This is my 6, so he's got 6 left. So I've got 1 more turn of combat.
Oh sure, you went first, yeah.
He continues to crumble me and is doing a lot of work. But at the end of the day, it was the Necro. Like even if he gets this unit, it's 130 points. So, but I'm surprised at the rate he's going through zombies. I must admit. On overview.
Yeah.
On his turn, he raises some back up.
Of course.
I can't as a zombie enthusiast. Hashtag zombies lives don't matter. I can't be. I can't grumble about this. This just had to be. So he gets some spells off, but it doesn't matter. This is the last picture. He goes through the zombies. I was pretty impressed actually how he went through the zombies so quickly, but they are zombies and he has got Thunderstomp, so I guess
Beastie and Lord.
It didn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, but it was interesting to have them die. But yeah, David, good game, my friend, but I feel like the dice on both our parts were just weird all the way through.
Really weird, all the way around,
yeah, all the way through. So
they all could have been prevented if the dogs just did their job against the first.
Yes, you know what I mean. And they never would have. But yeah, anyway, weird game of dice, but it did lead to what like a lot of those moments and really fun battles. So
you can't analyse a battle like that.
No,
it's just just impossible.
There was loads of amazing moments. So yeah, really really fun battle, really good to be. And I ended up winning the objective, and that gave me a 13-7. So like
very close on the VPs.
Yeah, really, really close because just death everywhere, and got the objective. So yeah, 2 objective wins so far, and my things. So that's quite good. But then they are my best ones. So really fun battle.
Really cool.
Ending with 23 points, and David, you deserve a rematch, my friend.
I think he'll be wanting to
chomping at the
those
bit.
wrongs there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, definitely.
But
maybe the cataracts will be in the doghouse by that point, though.
Yeah. But, no, GG, well played, till next time, my friend.
I think there will be a next time. There needs to be. Yeah. Right, Greg, get some comments on. Let us know what you think about that one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, etc. And we're going to round 3. You are sitting on
23.
23. I'm sitting on 21. So near and thereabouts.
Yeah, man.
We were actually going into the evening, wondering whether... No, not the evening. It's round 3 first. We didn't have time for the evening.
No, the evening wasn't.
Round 3 is at the end of Saturday, yeah. So ignore that. But there was a chance we could have been drawn against each other in round 3. But we didn't.
No, we weren't.
Good for you. You'll get 2 battles instead of 1. So yeah, we'll see you in round 3, guys.
See you later.